How are you guys doing today? Today I want to talk about five, not 10, five reasons why wealthy and rich people use credit even though they have cash. So stay tuned. My name is Jay, and welcome to Ask a Debt Collector. Now, I've been in the debt collection industry for over 15 years. I've done it all, from skip tracing to collecting to management, and I've owned 2 debt collection agencies. For the past 8 years, I've been the go-to guy for friends and family for questions regarding debt and credit, and now I want to be that person for you. If you have any questions, put them down in the comment section. I promise I'll answer those questions. Let's go. Thank you guys for liking, subscribing to this YouTube channel. I'm always so grateful for each and every one of you guys. Share with your friends and family. If you haven't had the time to hit that like button or subscribe to this YouTube channel, be sure to do so. Now, I'm gonna get the household items out of the way quickly right now. We have all the free letters down below in the description. Check them out. Free pay to delete, free goodwill, free cease and desist letter. All you have to do is click the link, fill out the information, and boom, right in your inbox, you'll get that template for whatever letter you choose to do. Secondly, we are coming towards the end of the year. Those of you who need your credit fixed, you need your credit repaired, just opt in on a 30-minute free consultation one-on-one with me. Opt in on that. We can obviously set that up to where we can get a bird's eye view of your credit report, and I can tell you what our company can do to help you get from where you're at to where you want to be. So opt in, 30-minute free consultation. Click the link down below. Pick a date. I've expanded the dates. I'm actually here on Saturdays for 30-minute consultations. So if you're not able to, if the hours don't work during the week, check out the weekend on Saturday. I have about 4 or 5 hours set aside to do consultations to help each and every one of you guys out. So don't miss out on that. Let's get into why wealthy or rich people use credit even though they have cash. Okay. So in today's day and age, it's pretty awesome, right? We're in the information age, right? Where when I was younger, when I was like 13, 14, 15 years old, and I wanted to find out who was wealthy or I wanted to know anything, all I can do is pretty much read a newspaper. We didn't really, obviously you can get on the internet, but it was dial-up. It took forever, and there wasn't as much information with regards to that. And basically you can look in a Forbes magazine, right, to figure out who's wealthy or who's not wealthy, or, information and insight with regards to wealthy people. So unless you had the privilege of obviously being raised by someone who was wealthy or rich, for the most part, we just didn't have that. Same thing with credit or anything along those lines. We were taught from our parents. So if your parents typically didn't have that knowledge, then it was passed on to you as a kid and you wouldn't have that knowledge. But the great thing about today is we are in the information age with Google, with YouTube. All you have to do is type in whoever you want to know about, and you pop up a video on that person talking about something with regards to wealth, how they became wealthy, or whatever the circumstance is. So we are living in a great time in these days, and information's out there for anyone to learn and to get. Now, let's get into some of the reasons why wealthy people, even though they have cash in the bank, they use credit. Number one is it builds your credit, right? Wealthy people understand something. With building your credit, you're going to get great interest rates with regards to credit cards and so forth that you have. You never know what opportunity may come up, and the better your credit is built, the better opportunity you have with regards to borrowing. And obviously borrowing good debt can pit you and make you very, very wealthy. Number two is the rewards. One of the things that I've noticed across the board, sometimes when I look at stuff on the internet, and not faulting anybody on the internet, because I do like a lot of these people that I watch, a lot of these people who are making a lot of money doing stuff. I won't in particularly talk about anyone specifically, but within the hip hop community, and the rap community and that whole genre, which is pretty much running a lot of what's going on today in today's information age and so forth. What do we see? We see a lot of people with a bunch of cash and they're paying for cash for everything. But one of the things that I notice with wealthy people, and I always think of it myself too, when I see someone drop 30, 50, $70,000 on a chain or a watch or something like that, they pay with cash. The reality is they're missing out on the rewards aspect of it. Now imagine you have $30,000 or $100,000 in the bank. You're going to look for a watch, maybe a chain or something along those lines. Instead of paying for cash, which when you pay for cash for something, you get nothing in return, you use that same credit card. Pay off the credit card, put $30,000, $50,000 on that credit card. A lot of these credit cards will give you 1 to 5 points per dollar that you spend on there. You spend $30,000 right off the bat. Right off the bat with that, you're saving yourself $300 or you're getting rewards for stuff. So that's one of the reasons why they do it. They have the cash, but they would rather get the rewards. Number 3, overdraft fees. Now, one of the things you have to understand, obviously someone who's wealthy may not have overdraft fees or whatever the circumstance is but with credit cards, those of you who have them, you may understand, you may have a limit of only $5,000, but you can possibly spend over $1,000 to $6,000 on that credit card. I've done it on myself personally, and there's no fees with regards to it as long as you make that payment or you pay it back. Versus through, paying with your debit card, if you go over the amount that you have in your bank account, they're gonna hit you with a $35 overdraft fee. Some of those fees get higher, some of those fees get lower, and then it starts a snowball effect. But overdraft fees, it makes it a lot easier. Number 4 is disputes. Now, I've been in a dispute with a debit card with my bank, as well as I've been in a dispute with a credit card. And let me tell you, it is night and day. When it comes to my debit card being where a fraudulent transaction happened on it or I'm disputing something, they make you wait 30 days, 45 days with regards to the card. And they're trying to find out if there's any negligence on your behalf to where they don't have to refund that money. Now, on the other side with credit cards, as soon as something's done and it's fraudulent, most credit cards will give you your money within the first 2 or 3 days. After you state that, they'll do an investigation and then they'll either come out with an answer with regards to that. And typically with a credit card, they have zero fraud liability. As soon as you state something's wrong, boom, you'll get your money back with regards to that. Versus with the debit card attached to the bank, it's a lot harder situation, and sometimes you may not ever even get your money back. And the 5th thing that I always like to say with regards to wealthy people is their money may be tied up in other asset producing income ventures, right? So for instance, let's say, they have $30,000 in the bank and they're trying to get some type of apartment complex. They need to put down, 20%. So it is that $30,000. They give that $30,000 out of the bank. Without credit, you're not able to do anything. So that $30,000 starts to produce money, but they may need another $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 with regards to doing something on the house. And when their cash is tied up with regards to that house and assets, the credit comes in, and maybe that asset is not going to pay, or they're not going to see a dividend, or they're not going to see any money for about 30 days. By having credit, that helps out tremendously with regards to making sure you don't lose out on that next opportunity or that next situation with regards to everything. So a lot of times the actual cash is tied up. One of the people that I do follow is Grant Cardone, and he always talks about how cash is trash, how in his bank account, technically he's always broke. He never holds on to cash. Every time he gets cash, he's putting it into assets, some type of income. For him is probably real estate. But having the credit set aside is what will help you with regards to taking care of that next opportunity. You don't want that next opportunity to pass you and then not doing it, and you miss out on that. One of the things that I always talk about is my sister. I remember my sister, when I told her I finally passed the 6 figures in credit, she said, okay, and now you have all that credit, what are you going to do with it? And at the time, I remember thinking to myself, yeah, what am I going to do with it? But one of the things that I know is that if an opportunity passes up right now, or if some type of opportunity comes with regards to an investment or something along those lines, I have the credit, which technically counts as cash to a certain extent, to take advantage of that situation. Versus if, let's say, you found some type of investment out there, and a partner came to you and was like, hey, you need 20 grand. You got 20 grand. I got this great investment situation. Obviously, you vet the investment. You make sure that it's something that, could be lucrative. And if you didn't have $20,000 in the bank, you wouldn't be able to do it. But having that credit will help you not miss out on these opportunities in general. Now, if you have any questions about credit or debt, put them down in the comment section. I promise I'll answer those questions. And as I always say, you be great.